How important is it to do full range of motion when you train? We hear a lot of things from the science-based lifters. Hear some things from the bro science lifters. When is it important to do full range of motion? Should you be doing it all the time? What is that? I thought it was a spider on my neck. Or is it okay sometimes to incorporate cheat reps? Today we're going to talk about that, so let's get right into it. Baseline I recommend to almost all my clients is aim for full range of motion 95% of the time. A full stretch and a full contraction is going to lead to far more growth than little cheat reps constantly. There's a reason exercises are designed the way they are. Exercises are designed most of the time to elongate a muscle under load and then contract the muscle under that load. When you do that, muscle damage occurs and then the muscles grow back bigger. It's a very unscientific way of looking at it, but you get the picture. So in 95% of cases, we're going to do a full range of motion to ensure we're getting the most out of movements. That means we're going to use an appropriate weight, we're going to use an appropriate tempo and an appropriate intensity. When you do full range of motion, you can't overload, you can't go super heavy. So we're going to have a nice controlled, safe weight for 95% of our exercises. However, there are a few times where I'd recommend overloading yourself or doing cheat reps. Let's cover those right now. Number one, when you're using a little bit of momentum or body English to push yourself beyond the point of failure. Let's look at an example. You're doing a lat pull down. You max out at about 8 to 10 reps. On the 10th rep, you can't get it down strictly anymore, so you use a little swing just to get to the bottom of the rep, and you use a few more swings to get a few more reps. That is an example of a perfect time to use a cheat rep. You've already ticked the box for full range of motion. You've got everything you could from the full range of motion. Then you take yourself beyond failure with full range of motion, do a few cheat reps. There's still a little bit left in the tank. You're still stimulating your muscles and you're adding a little bit extra work in. So in that case, cheat reps make perfect sense. Second key example, force negatives. What a force negative is when you have a spotter, typically on something like a bench press or a squat, and they allow you to take a weight heavier than you can actually lift through the eccentric portion of the movement, so the lowering portion of the movement. Let's take bench press, for example. We load up a bench press nice and heavy. You control the weight down, because if you didn't know, most people are a lot stronger on the eccentric portion of the movement than they are on the concentric. So you can often control the weight down far greater than you can push. So in a force negative, you control the heavy weight down slowly, and you use a spotter to help you cheat and get the rep back up. Great way, again, to add intensity to your workouts, take yourself beyond the point of natural failure. So force negatives, cheating with those kind of helps you. The third time cheat reps may help you is in something called a burn off set. Typically, when we do a normal rep range, we're going 8 to 12, 2 to 3 sets, right? However, an intensity technique I give to some of my clients is what I call a burn off set. We'll often do this after a very heavy set. So if we go super heavy, let's say we only hit a set of 5, for example. We'll then do a burn off set where we drop the weight often in half and we burn off as many reps as physically possible. Now the form and the range of motion of these reps is gonna suffer because we're going for maximum number of reps and maximum intensity. So when you burn through these reps, your range of motion is not gonna be as good. You're gonna be cheating some of the reps. But the point of it is stimulate the muscle as much as possible, pump as much blood into the areas you possibly can, even though the form isn't perfect. Bottom line is this, cheat reps can be used, okay? And they're often used to push you past the point of natural failure. However, the bulk of your exercises, 95%, should be done with full range of motion with a safe weight, nice controlled tempo. When you feel you've got everything from the full range of motion reps, that's when you can add some intensity with some cheat reps. Advice I always give people is limit the cheat rep movements to about 1 to 2 exercises per workout, because you don't want to be hitting in cheat reps for every single exercise. Only those exercises where you have the bandwidth, you can add in a little bit of extra intensity. Quick video for you today. As you can see, cheat reps are not always a bad thing. Incorporate them when you need some more intensity, and I promise you'll see the results. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to subscribe. I make one every single day, and I will see you tomorrow.